Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Moon Lacquer. In today's video we are doing a collaboration video and this is our top 20 for 2021. Cannot believe I'm saying that. This year has gone by so incredibly fast. I had a tough time picking out 20 polishes, so I do have a bonus polish, which shouldn't surprise anybody. So technically it's the top 21 of 2021, but let's go ahead and jump right in. I will be posting pictures up there in the corner of the manis. So the way that I'm doing this is these are my top 20 polishes that I've worn, not necessarily polishes that came out in 2021, although there are a few. So let's go ahead and jump in on this first one. This one is from China Glaze. This one was called Baroque Jungle. This had been on my wish list for a really long time. I finally ended up getting it, I think from Trans Design or one of those other discount resellers online, and I'm really glad that I got this. There was a particular shade of green that I had been looking for, probably based on a picture that I saw on Facebook, and this one was the closest one in my collection that matched it, and I really enjoyed this on my nails. It's a beautiful blue leaning green that is full of shimmer. I will say the shimmer didn't really show up on the nail. You might not get that blast of the shimmer, but it does still look a bit different, a bit more special than just a cream polish on the nail. And like I said, this color was really beautiful to wear. I really enjoyed that one. So that was China Glaze's Baroque Jungle. Next up is one from Live Love Polish. This, I think, did a rebranding this year, so it's like Mooncat or something like that. I keep getting the name wrong. But this one is called Jam Session, and I got this well before they closed their brand of Live Love Polish. And this one was really, really fun. This is a flaky balm. It's really beautiful and very, very shifty. You can see the bright fuchsia, the warm, sort of bronzy gold that pops up, but you've also got blues and greens and holographic. I mean, this one is really a party on the nails. I don't know that my pictures are going to do this one justice. It's just a stunning, stunning polish. So if you are wanting any of these older Live Love polishes, this one is one that I would suggest trying to track down because it's really, really beautiful. So that one was Live Love Polish Jam Session. Next up is actually one that I wore as a topper mani, so I wore this layered over another manicure, and it worked beautifully. This one is Bee's Knees Lacquer, Customer Appreciation 2021. This is such a shifting polish. I wore a lot of shifting polishes in 2021. I really, really love them. They are one of my favorite types of polishes, favorite finishes on a polish. And this one, even though it is in a much darker base, almost like a blackened base, the shifts on this is really, really beautiful. You can see a deep berry tone, you've got a deep fuchsia as well. Up here on the top of the bottle, you see that gold and green popping up, or maybe like a teal green. It's really beautiful, very shifty on the nails. I thought this one was very fun to wear, very, very beautiful. And again, just another one that I had a really fun time wearing and really liked trying to capture all the colors that I was seeing on my nails. So that one was Bee's Knees Lacquer, Customer Appreciation 2021. Next was another one that I wore as a topper because, well, it's a topper. This one is from Fancy Gloss. This one is called Warrior. This one I had to put on the minute I got it because this one is such a warm, glowy, flaky balm. Hopefully you can see the warmth in this one. It is just amazing. Here's a comparison between another iridescent polish. This one, of course, is a glitter balm. This is a flaky, but just so you can see the color difference, this one has a lot more of those warm colors, whereas a lot of the other iridescent polishes that I have lean a bit blues, yellows, and golds. So this one has all of those rich, fiery colors, plus it's got like those ghost blue flakies in there as well. It's really stunning. I absolutely love this over the color that I wore, which was actually this one here, Treo Lacquer's Codebreaker. This one is a magnetic, and this looked amazing over it. Very eye-catching, very fiery. Have I said fiery enough? This one was just absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to wear this more. In fact, I'm sort of bummed that my winter rack doesn't really accommodate this sort of warm color, but I might have to try to put at least one in there because I have a lot of cool colors going on. I'm actually building my winter rack underneath this blanket here at the moment, but this one was another gorgeous one that I really had a lot of fun wearing. That was Fancy Gloss's Warrior. Next up is probably one of the oldest polishes that I own. This is Sephora by OPI. This one is called Ruby Without a Cause, and I got this one at Big Lots years ago, probably like a good 12, 15 years ago. Never wore it. Finally got around to wearing it this year because I'm trying to push myself into the reds, and I know this is not a red, sort of like a burgundy or a wine, and I'm really glad that I finally did wear this because it is a gorgeous polish, and I definitely want to be wearing this one more often, although with a collection my size it's very hard to do that. But this one, like I said, is more of a berry leaning red, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the green shimmer that's running through it. It's got like this blue blurbly to green shift in here. It's gorgeous. That shift I don't think really shows up as like a true shift on the nail, but the color itself in the base shifts between this purple to the berry toned red, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It might be one of the more simplistic polishes as far as indies go, but for a mainstream brand, it is an absolutely stunning polish. In general, it's a stunning color, so I'm really happy that I finally wore this and really loved how this looked. So that was Sephora by OPI, Ruby Without a Cause. Next up, this one is one that I got here recently, I think, in one of my mystery polish bundles, and this is from 90 Lacquer, Octorok. Man, oh man, this was stunning. I knew I would love it when I unboxed it. It is this beautiful like mulberry toned purple, full of holographic glitter. This was so fun on the nail. The color of this purple was absolutely gorgeous. Everything about this was just fun. Really liked this polish. Very happy that I got this in a D-stash as well, because some of these older polishes from 90 are a little bit hard to find, and I don't know when this one came out necessarily, but it is a stunner. So that was Octorok by 90 Lacquer. The next polish is by Glisen Glow. This one is called Pick Your Pouch. This one did come out in 2021 in January for a polish pickup, and this is a really fun polish. I picked out quite a few of these acrylic formulas for my top 20 of this year, so we seem to have sort of a theme going. This one was definitely a fun polish to wear. As you can see, it's got a load of glitter in it in all different sizes, different finishes, different colors. You've got blues, greens, yellows, purples, pinks, grays even. Really fun polish. This one looked so fun on the nail. Each nail is going to look different because you've got all of that variety of glitter in there. Very fun. I do recommend a peel off base coat with polishes like this because there's a lot of glitter in here, but it's definitely worth it on the nail. This is such a fun polish. So that one was Glisten Glow, Pick Your Pouch. Next up is one that I wore later on in this year. I think I wore this in November possibly, maybe even in December, but in any case it's by nailedit. This one is called Love is Weakness, and it also came out in polish pickup. This was such a gorgeous polish, and I almost didn't get this one because I thought it was going to be a lot redder, full of flakies, and way better than my pictures. I feel like my pictures did not capture this nearly as beautifully as it was in person. It was such a stunning color. You've got all of this warmth from the orange, bronze, and gold. Then you've got some pops of that fuchsia and pink in there. Really gorgeous color, and again, just so fun on the nail. Really loved all of the shifts that this pulled, and just another gorgeous color. So that was nailedit, Love is Weakness. Next up is the color that I wore under this fancy gloss. This is Treo Lacquer, Codebreaker, and I did wear this on its own for a few days. This one is a beautiful magnetic. Look at the fire. So when it's not magnetized, it's this sort of a deep blurply denim blue loaded with that fiery shimmer. Then when you put the magnet to it, you get that beautiful pull of the blue magnetic line, and then you're left with a blackened base full of shimmer. This was really stunning. I definitely enjoyed wearing this. All of the different colors and shifts that it had were really gorgeous, and it looked amazing with a topper on it. You could still see the magnetic line through it beautifully, so you didn't have to worry about masking your magnetic line with that topper. So if you wanted to play around with your magnetics using toppers, I would definitely suggest keeping it in a sheer base like this one was, and it looked amazing. Definitely one of my favorite manicures of the year, and that one was Treo Lacquer's Codebreaker. Oh, this was also a PP polish. Next up is one by KBShimmer. This one was called Men Are From Marsala, and this was a beautiful, beautiful fall polish. This color is a beautiful, almost like a persimmon to pumpkin orange, full of holographic, very gorgeous color. Again, just I don't think I can say gorgeous enough. This one was really stunning on the nail. The color was perfect for the fall season, and it's just such a gorgeous tone of orange. It's got a little bit of red to it. Look at that hollow. Really beautiful. So that was KBShimmer's Men Are From Marsala. Next up is another Nailed It polish. This one is called When Stars Collide. This one came out in the charity box. I'm not sure what month, but this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. It is a beautiful lilac holographic base that shifts, and it's full of these beautiful multichrome flakies. This one was gorgeous. So many beautiful shifts. You've got the warm lean in those multichrome flakies. Then you've got the cooler tone of the lilac that shifts to this little bit of like green and pink. So beautiful and fairly unique to my collection as well. So a beautiful polish. Again, just another one that I absolutely loved on the nail. Look at that warm lean. So, so beautiful. So that was Nailed It, When Stars Collide. Next up is another one of the Crellies. This one is by Girly Bits. This one is Dreams Down Under, and I got this on the Rewind for a polish pickup because I missed it in February because I wasn't too sure. I was thinking it might look a bit more similar to, I think it was Baby Shark that had come out a while back, but they are different. This is a lighter blue and the formula is thinner. Very, very fun on the nail. I had a lot of fun wearing this. You've got a beautiful array of these neon glitters in green and sort of a tangerine orange. You've got bright green, hot pink. You've got this blurple, indigo, orange, gold, lots of different colors going on. It's really, really fun and it looks amazing in this base. I love the larger dot glitters in this as well. Very, very fun. Just another gorgeous polish and one that I'm very glad that I finally snagged. So this one was Girly Bits, Dreams Down Under. Next is a beautiful pink holographic from Barry M. This is from their Molten Metal collection, and this one is Holographic Rocket. This one I got because I saw it swatched on another channel here on YouTube, and I thought it was so amazing. Normally I wouldn't have really gravitated towards a pink, but the swatches that I saw online were really, really stunning. I loved this shade of pink, sort of a purple leaning, almost an orchidy color, and for a mainstream brand, this one has a lot going on in it. It's not just a holographic, it has, I want to say, like a secondary holographic flaky in it. I don't know if that's going to come across on camera, but it's really, really beautiful. And again, this tone of this orchidy purpley pink is really, really gorgeous. Definitely glad that I got this and loved it on the nail. So that again was Barry M's Holographic Rocket. Next up is another by Bee's Knees Lacquer. This one is called Tartarus, and this one came out in polish pickup for February of 2021. This one was very, very popular when it came out, and I'm really glad I have it in my collection. It is gorgeous. It is this really deep but bright blue that shifts to a bunch of different colors. You see fuchsia and green and gold. Then you've got this holographic particle in it. I think it's like a holographic flaky. Absolutely gorgeous. This one looked so beautiful on the nail, kind of like a midnight sky. And another gorgeous polish from Bee's Knees Lacquer. So that was Tartarus. Next up is a polish that I wore multiple times this year. This one is Fancy Gloss's Ethiopian Opal. This one is just so versatile. You can wear it on its own. I think a couple of times I might have worn it over white, or you can wear it as a topper over any color that you want, and it's going to add this beautiful like mylar effect. This one is different than some of the other iridescent flakies that you have in other polishes, because these, I swear, are a bit more on the opaque side as far as these iridescent flakies go. Here's a good little comparison. The one on the left is that Ethiopian Opal, the one on the right is Fire Opal, and obviously they're different colors, but if you look at the opacity of these flakies side by side, I feel like this one is a lot more transparent, whereas Ethiopian Opal has more of a sheer but solid look, if that makes any sense. It bounces a lot more color out you, making it look more opaque. So it's very, very cool compared to other flaky bombs in my collection, and I do have quite a few of them. This one I really enjoyed each and every time that I wore it. Really cool polish. I'm really glad that I added this to my collection. And like I said, I wore it multiple times this year, and I will probably wear it multiple times in the upcoming year because this is probably going on my winter rack. So this again was Fancy Gloss's Ethiopian Opal. Next up is one by Rogue Lacquer. This is Let Them Eat Cake. This was a Rainbow Connection exclusive and one that I think I got in one of my mystery bundles. So I was super thrilled about that. This had been one that I was going to try to track down or possibly even just go ahead and order from Rainbow Connection, even though the shipping to the US is quite a lot higher than I was wanting to pay. But since I found it in a mystery bundle, I don't have to do that. And I had to wear it immediately upon unboxing it. It is such a beautiful color. I feel like it's a lot lighter on camera. I did wear this as a topper polish because it is so difficult to get a hold of. I wanted to savor it and use it only in one coat. So I did wear this over a China Glaze in a similar base color. And then I did one coat of this over it. This color is a bit lighter than I think than the China Glaze that I used, but it's a light, like minty Tiffany box blue, and the China Glaze that I wore it over was for Audrey, so trying to match that Tiffany box blue inspiration. And then this one is full of these pink flakies, and I wanted to say I need to compare this to one of the other colors that is similar in the idea, and now I'm second guessing if I'm even right on these, if they're pink or rose gold, because there are two different pink metallic flakies. One of them is pink and one of them is rose gold. But in any case, this was a beautiful polish and one that I was super excited to unbox and one that I really, really enjoyed this year. So that was Rogue Lacquer's Let Them Eat Cake. Next up is another one of the Girlies, and this one's also a thermal. This one is from Swamp Gloss, and it's Whoa. This one came out in Polish Pickup for April 2021. This was definitely one of my all-time favorites. Of all of these, this would definitely make it into the top 5. Really, really absolutely stunning polish and very, very, very fun to wear. This is sort of like a minty apple green. You've got hot pink glitter, matte blue glitters, and iridescent flakies in here. This one, when it thermals, changes to almost a white, and it is absolutely stunning. I had such a blast wearing this. It was very, very fun. And like I said, made it to my top 5 even of my top 20 for the year. And that's really saying something. So this one, if you don't have it, I would definitely recommend trying to track it down. The thermal properties on this were very, very beautiful. And the glitter and flaky combination in this color, chef's kiss. Really, really, really loved this one. So that was Swamp Gloss. Whoa. Next up is one from Light Lacquer. This one is Bruise Cruise. This was such a gorgeous color. This was one of the specialty finishes in the collection that this one came out in. And as you can see, it's got holographic running throughout it. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, compared to an indie brand, this one is not necessarily a linear holographic, but it adds a beautiful look to the nail. And the color of this is gorgeous. I would call this almost like an inky indigo blurpily shade. It's really, really gorgeous. Loved this one on even more so than I thought I would, and I thought I would love it. So that's also saying something. There's just something about this particular tone that I really, really loved, and I loved it on the nail as well. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to wear this one again. So that was Lights Lacquer Booze Cruise. Next up is one that I wore as a topper mani, also from Bee's Knees. I got quite a few of those in my top 20 this year, and this one is Full Moon Rises Before Nightfall. This is another absolutely stunning polish from Bee's Knees and a very unique polish. I want to wear this one on its own, but I thought as a topper it was astoundingly beautiful. I really, really loved how this looked. You've got this beautiful shimmer base loaded with these red metallic flakies. So incredibly unique to my entire collection and absolutely stunning. Cannot say enough about this one. I even have a backup bottle of this because I recently got another of these in a mystery box. So thrilled about this one. Not that I think I need it necessarily. I am still sort of pondering if I'm going to be keeping it, but it made it into my top 20 of the year. So that is, again, saying something about this polish, its uniqueness, its beauty, all of that good stuff. So cannot wait to wear this one. Again, I will be curious to see how this wears over a lot of different colors, but that was Bee's Knees Lacquer, Full Moon Rises Before Nightfall. And then the last polish in my top 20 for 2021 is from Wildflower Lacquer. This one is called Such a Darling Starling. This one came out in For the Birds collection, and it is so gorgeous. This was sort of my answer to the fact that I couldn't get a hold of the one about an ascot, something about an ascot. It was a limited edition that was released, and I somehow completely missed it, and I've been kicking myself ever since because I didn't notice it until I started seeing other people swatch pictures of it on Facebook, and it was jaw-dropping the amount of shift that it had. This one reminds me of that in the fact that it is so shifty. I still want the ascot one, but this one worked beautifully, and I loved this one. This too reached probably in my top 5 for the year. We might have to go back and pull my top 5 here, see if I can do that. But this one from Wildflower was definitely one of my favorites. Look at all the shifts in here. You've got this beautiful base, which I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, it's a bit redder than you would think it is from the bottle, because in the bottle you see a lot of purple, and on the nail it's a bit more berry toned, but you still get all of this beautiful shift. You've got green and gold and different shades of purple and blue. Then if you look really closely, you've got this speckled effect of holographic glitter and a red fleck in here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if that red is coming across at all, but it's really beautiful. You might be able to see a little bit right there. But this was amazing. Cannot say enough about this. Really happy to have it in my collection. And again, that was Wildflower Lacquer, Such a Darling Starling. Then, because I had to include one of my all-time favorites that I did wear here this year, but I've also worn it previous years, and you guys hear me talk about it all the time, that I had to mention a runner-up, and this one is by Stella Chroma, who is the Drizzle. And this one is one of my all-time favorites. You probably are sick and tired of hearing me talk about this if you are not new to my channel, but it is such a gorgeous polish. This is a beautiful flaky curly, and it is absolutely loaded with these beautifully sized multi-chrome flakies, and you've got holographic glitter running throughout. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks so amazing on the nail. It looks beautiful matte. It looks beautiful in the winter. It looks beautiful in the spring. It looks beautiful in the summer. So I don't want to rant and rave too much about it, because like I said, you probably have heard me talk about it way too frequently. But I had to mention my little runner-up for this year, 2021's wrap-up, and that was Stella Chroma's Who is the Drizzle. So there you have it. That was my top 20 for 2021. Let me see if I can pull my top 5 here. Swamp Gloss for sure. Quickly running out of spaces here. 3. Oh goodness. Well, the first 3 were easy. Narrowing it down to just the last 2. Oh man. 4. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is my top 5. I could have added quite a lot more in here. Obviously, I wouldn't have the top 5 though. So I think this is my top 5 for 2021. Over on the left, you've got Nailed It's When Stars Collide. Then you've got the green one from Swamp Gloss. That was the Thermal Glitter Bomb called Whoa. Then you've got Wildflower Lacquer, Such a Darling Starling, the Fancy Gloss Topper called Warrior, and Bee's Knees Lacquer, Full Moon Rises Before Nightfall. So that is my top 5 of my top 20 for 2021, and those were in no particular order, as was the rest of the video. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know down below which ones were your favorites, or which were your favorites that you wore in 2021 or that you bought in 2021. Also make sure to hit that little subscribe button down below, that way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.